course, I'm the only person live on the stream, but hello, everybody.
I stream.
Hello.
Hello.
I don't exist.
Oh, the hell you don't.
How is
I'm
it?
not real.
I turned it on and there were no ads. Doing fine. You start and now I have ads. What the hell? Evil ads. Evil ads.
It adds up.
Haha.
Not as quickly as you would think.
Come on, Fantasy Grounds. Oh yeah, I guess I could also pull up Video Ninja too. Maybe.
Yeah, I think I have 20 open slots on that server, Cheerful. So yeah, we could totally do a 7 days game night. Havoc, are you not going to go live?
No, I am not.
Okay.
Because I do not have everything on the new computer yet. And with everything going on, I just haven't had time, so I figured I'll just do it when I get back.
Okay. So do you want to change your Discord whatchamacallit reactive to your logo?
I was going to turn on the camera.
I just asked you if you were going to turn on the camera.
I didn't hear that part. I thought you said if I was going to go live and...
I meant, are you going to go live on your camera? Because I knew you weren't going to go live on your stream.
Never mind, I misunderstood the question. There you go.
You know, I'm over here trying to figure out why my camera's not working for Video Ninja. Maybe if I took the cover off my camera,
That's usually pretty helpful.
it would work.
As a general rule, that's usually a good thing.
Yeah. I'm over here freaking out. I was like, why the hell is my camera not working? Oh. Yeah, that'll do it. I forgot to turn on one of my ACs before I left. And of course, you know, cold in the mornings, hot in the afternoons. It's muggy in here and there's a weird smell. Fantastic. That's what I was thinking. I got a shit ton of stuff. Or y'all don't need to see it. Did I hit my camera? I did hit my camera. What the hell? There we go.
So I didn't hear Thorn, but I'm assuming he's here too.
I'm here.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear you. So everybody's here. Great. I will let you introduce yourselves to the people who are watching through Foxy's stream. Foxy, you can call out the order you want everybody to do it in.
Hell, I don't care. Rhino, go.
I'm Rhino. I play Vero, wood elf monk who does not kill people.
Thorn, go.
Who?
Thorn.
Hello, my name is Thorn. I play Elios. He is a kobold sorcerer. He is currently obeying some dragon people who are, according to the rest of his friends, are not nice people.
Maybe we just don't know him that well. I don't know.
I mean, individually they could be good people, but as a group, they seem to be a problem. Lady M.
Hi, I'm Lady Manuela, mainly known as Lady M, and I play Songbird. Our group's bard who's just trying to see if she can hear everything because where she's located right now is in the middle of kind of everything. At least while they eat. You know, food does kind of open up people. You know, just whack myself in the face. That's great.
Don't do that. Loco.
Hello, I'm Loco 1956, or just Loco. I play Razumdar Straight Arrow, the grandson of the kind of famous Lionel Straight Arrow. He is a Tabaxi Ranger.
And I'm Foxy Project, and I play Jinya, the high elf cleric who has been sent from her homeland, can no longer go home, is now stuck in the sanctuary trying to figure out what the hell is going on.
Yay.
You know, whenever you hear that, does anyone else want to go sanctuary? Sanctuary.
No.
No,
You know what?
just you.
So, all right.
You
So all
cheerful.
of you were basically, you had arrived in Castle Miratar. You are posing as cultist reinforcements, and you have been basically assigned different duties or tasks while you're here. The cultists seem to be fairly welcoming of all of you. You have, I want to say Lockjaw, but that's not right. It's Snapjaw. Snapjaw has like spoken for you. He's gotten you into the keep, and in the background, he's basically said that he will bring his people together if you can prove that you can get rid of the dragon kneeler. Some of the obstacles are that there is a ton of bullywogs that seem very loyal and seem to have a higher caste. They're in the higher system, or they're elevated above the lizard men. And then there is the cultists themselves, who have some powerful individuals amongst their ranks. So that's pretty much where you guys are at. It was going to be the end of the day, and you are all tasked with telling me what you're going to do over the next day or two, or however long it's going to be, what you guys are doing to progress forward. Unless you're just going to all become cultists and we can call it there.
It's not off the table yet.
For some of you.
Elios is very against that.
So, I think I said I would roll initiative, and whatever order the initiative took you, that's the order you guys were going to go. So, go for it. Roll initiatives.
Ooh, yikes.
Well, Ginya's going last.
Looks like it. All right.
Guess
so
who's going
0.
first?
You have the dice have spoken, Vero. You go first.
Okay. I will. I mean, other than trying to get what training I can in for Astrid when we're doing our actual jobs, I'm going to try to do what I'm specifically currently instructed to as far as like.
Wait, hold on. So, for the sake of Foxy stream, I'm going to turn this on so they can actually see where you guys are actually at on the map and where you're working. So, you guys, party vision is on. So if you look at each other, like if you click on another person's token, you should be able to see where they're at on the map. The only problem is I have to share all the maps with Foxy. So let me do that real quick. There's one. There's another one. And then you have the main one, right, Foxy?
Yeah, I think so. Hold on. Yeah.
Okay. So currently we're looking at well, they're both second. No, this is the second layer
Uh-huh.
or second
Second
level.
level.
I don't know why I'm thinking in terms of cakes right now, but you'll see Vero is basically standing near a staircase.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's where Vero's at right now. He is working in basically like a receiving area. It has like tons of boxes and crates that are shipping in manuscripts, scrolls, books, and they're sorting and categorizing them and actually moving them into a library. Now, some of these books look valuable, some of them look like they could be very, very old, collector's items, first editions, what have you. But they're not packing them and shipping them just yet. They are categorizing them, and many of them are being sorted and arrayed in this makeshift library. It's not the library shelves are made out of wood, but they're not full library shelves. They're more just like shelving that have been put up to like stack and organize all these manuscripts and tomes. All right, go ahead, Vera.
So I'll keep doing the splitting of for like the organizing from just the boxes, and I'm going to spend the time seeing if I see anything cult related in the books that I have, and I'm going to slowly try to look through the already divvied up books in regards to seeing anything, and then the one looking for also the one particular thing I pointed out to you earlier. But
So
cult
there are
related stuff in general.
there are two separate sections. So the northern section is where the actual library is,
Hmm.
and then you're working in the southern section, basically at the top of the staircase. Okay, so inside that other room there is one dragon claw that's on like guard.
Mhm.
You have noticed that there's one dragon claw in there, and there's four cultists going about their duties. One of those cultists being the angry lady. That I don't know if we gave her a name or not.
Nope, I just keep referring to her as cranky old lady, something along those lines. And then I'll just generally listen to like if anyone talks about anything. Something tells me it's a library, so everyone's shushed, but
Okay.
that's what I will be doing, is searching for information about the cult in general, and then again that one specific thing, and trying to see if I hear anything discussed among the others that are assigned to the same job.
All right. So roll me an investigation check,
Ugh.
then roll me a stealth check, then roll me another investigation check.
Investigation 1,
Okay.
stealth,
Okay.
investigation 2.
Okay. So, as far as going through the crates of books, like I said, you don't find anything dealing with this particular group, or at least from what you know of them, nothing seems to jump out at you. Okay. There is no real documentation in here. This is more like um the books seem very random. Like they've come from all over, dealing with different topics, different situations. And since you're helping to categorize them by, you have to skim through them, you're getting a good idea of what's in the, what's being bought, and it's just random as all like there's no
Mhm.
specific like go over here and research all this stuff and bring me all the books you find. That it's just whatever they have that looks like valuable, take it.
Gotcha.
Okay. As far as like going into the library and looking around, um, you can do that, but every now and then, crabby old lady, she will see you and like basically, you know, dismiss you to go back to work. So you can use the pretense of like finishing up some books and bringing them in here to be like stacked or sorted. But if you linger in here too long, she kind of
Yeah.
shoos you away.
I'll do that, and then also, looking at a finished product helps me figure out exactly how things are to be sorted as well.
Persuasion.
But also, I am not that easily pillared.
Easy.
This
You're
not
not
that
that easily
easily
what?
this deterred.
All right. Yeah, she stonewalls your excuses and always shoos you away. But because you're going through and bringing books, you can continue to like come back in and drop off a book and then get sidetracked as you walk down one of the aisles looking for stuff. So you don't always get away with it, but like however long you're going to do this, you can find some other titles. And again, things in here seem to be sorted by grouping. So there's like a shelf, like a whole shelf on armoring and making weapons, and then there's
Mm.
other shelves on like portals and magic. So in here, it's categorized and grouped up. Outside, it's just not.
Boxes and boxes of random stuff. Got it.
Okay. Now, there is a sitting room in here. Okay. It is off to the side. I had told you about it before.
Yeah.
And you had watched at one point where she took a certain book and put it in that room. In that room is also basically a smaller study or library. But that's where the dragon claw is. So do you want to go try to get past him?
If I see something that was similar to the book, like watched her grab that one specific book, if I come across a book that is similar to that, then I'll be like, oh, I saw her put a book like this in here, and see if I can
Oh, okay. So if you
fling it
find
that
some
way.
like intricate tome looking type
Yes,
of book, you're gonna see. Okay. Well, let's see if you find one. Roll me luck.
I
There is no luck.
what
Roll me a percentile dice.
openly. I mean, I guess I could. It doesn't
You can
matter. I
roll
don't.
it openly. That's fine. You'll know, or it's not one of those hidden answers. Jesus Christ. Okay. So yes, you do eventually come across a book that would kind of match what she had bought in here.
Okay, then I'll use that as an attempt as I bring another set in and like setting stuff and all.
All right. So as you walk into the room, he doesn't really give you a second look. He's just standing there watching everybody work on the books. So as you walk by, you like hold up the book to him, like, "Hey, like, what do you say? Like, how are you getting
Oh,
past him?"
I have another one for the collection. Just I'll just refer to it as a collection. But I have another one for the collection and kind of point in that direction into the room or wherever it's off to the side.
He just looks at you and like jerks his head towards the room. He does eye the book you're carrying, like you have in your hand,
Hmm.
but then he kind of just goes back to watching the people working in the room.
Then I will find a place to put the book and also kind of peruse what kind of like briefly look around to see what kind of books are in there.
So in here is basically a desk, well lit with candles. Um, there's like a raised area where you set the book on. There's also several like small vials. Most of the books in here have to do with magic,
Okay.
including the one you're holding. Like you had a
Then
friend that had a book like this.
I guess am I holding a spell book?
You are.
Oh boy. You had a friend that had a book. I'm holding a spell book. Oh boy. Okay. Then I will
You're
um
you're also in this back room over here. But he's whispering.
okay, that's what I think it is. Then I will find a place that looks like it's like stuff that's been stacked more recently or like I don't know if they have. Looks like a stack of to be read books, and I'll, I guess, place it.
There's a stack just to the left-hand side of the desk.
Then I will go over to the desk to set it down, and if there's anything else of note on the desk, I'll take a look and then, go back on my way.
Okay. You look, and like I said, there's some about portals, teleportations. On the desk, there are some notes dealing exactly with the same thing. Like teleportation circles, creations, just some gibberish on stuff that you're not quite sure what they mean. Like, looks like some calculations.
If I don't understand that, sounds good.
When you turn to leave the room, though, there is a gentleman standing behind, like at the doorway. Fairly tall, slim, blonde hair, has a sword on his hip. And he just kind of like tilts his head at you. You're new.
Yeah, haven't been here very long, sorting books and putting them in their areas.
Okay, well, this is my private study. And only
I'll just
Olga's should be in here.
Oh, I just saw books like these were being placed in here. And I'll show them the book that I specifically have in my hand.
He does kind of lean back out of the doorway and look over at the dragon claw that was standing guard. Did you allow this? Yes, sir. Well, see to it that it doesn't happen again. You come along.
Would you like me to leave the book?
How do you know what books I am seeking?
I pay attention to what job I've been asked to do.
Let's see how well you pay attention. He snaps his hand out for the book.
I'll hand him the book.
So he is basically like opens it up, and you could tell he carefully opens it up, like more pointing towards you than himself.
I'll tell him I've already flipped through a few pages because more than likely I already have. There's no other way I would know what's in it.
So he'll like look at you and then continue, like open it up gingerly and start going through some pages. And every now and then he'll look up at you and then like go through a couple more pages. Excellent. So you do seem to be aware of what's going on more than some of these others. I may have use for you, but for now, you're dismissed.
I will bow and step around him and out and go back to what I was doing.
You'll hear him, "Fetch me, Olga." And the dragon closes, "Yes, sir."
I go back to my sorting room like nothing has happened.
So, a little while will pass, and Olga will actually come up to you. You know Olga as the cranky old lady.
Mm-hmm.
She will come up to you, and she's like, "So, already looking to take my spot, huh? Is that how it's going to be?"
I don't think I'm properly mannered for it.
Well,
As I smile.
as you smile, you
I'm too cheerful.
says, "Well, Born Gray wants you to pay special attention to what's the sorting and bring him more like these. So he has his
Okay.
eye on you now, elf."
Well, at least I know I'm sorting correctly.
She'll turn and storm back into the room. All right. Basically, your days will go on like that. Occasionally, well, we haven't decided how many days you guys are going to do this, but
Yeah.
Depending on how long this goes, you'll see him a few more times. Each time he'll pay more interest, and he'll stop and talk to you and ask you, "What have you found me today?"
Okay. Then I would try to, once I have a box, I would attempt to do like a quick sort and try to see if I could eyeball anything that specifically looks of interest and then spend more time going through the other stuff so would hopefully have something in hand if he came up and asked me. At least that would be the plan.
Okay. All right. So that's what you're doing. Elios,
Yes.
what are you doing?
I assume being like a butler to the dragon people.
Um, Something like that. Yes, you're a servant. Um, when you first get back, you Stannis, Resmir, and the blue 7-foot one that you don't know is there.
As soon as I see Stannis, I'm just gonna like stop just inside, like just up the stairs or like through a door or whatever, and just kind of stand there like right at the edge until they like motion for me to come forward.
He'll kind of go like this.
What was that motion? I'll walk forward.
I did it in the camera.
I only have one monitor, so I have to switch back and forth.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, so he'll kind of, ask you to come forward, and then he'll kind of indicate a spot next to him on the floor.
I look at the spot. Is it dirty?
No, it doesn't appear to be. No.
Okay, then I stand in that spot.
Okay. So you stand in that spot. You're standing next to him. You're facing the desk. So sitting at the desk is the half dragon. Okay. I showed you a picture of her last. She had basically from the neck up, she has the head of a dragon, body down, scaled humanoid with clawed hands and all. Behind her, there is an intricate staff. There's parchments all over her desk. And again, you're little, the desk is massive, so you're just seeing her from like here up, from the chest up, because you're not looking at the camera. So, she actually will lean forward and like eye you with yellow eyes. This is what makes you think you can be my attendant. Stannis seems to think it's just because of your race.
I am a hard worker. My mom always told me that I was a quick learner. Um, I can be helpful.
How?
That would depend on what you need done.
So, also remember the other one is standing. He's just behind the desk, so you could see him from the chest up as well. But he's leaning back against, like he's in the back corner against the wall. He says, "Well, I'm not particularly keen on your scales. Why are they such a color?"
That's kind of a long story.
Oh, go do. Enlighten me, but make it swift.
Elios will then proceed to uh he will do the thing that children do when they just kind of spew all the information at once without stopping to breathe or for punctuation.
So you're
Um,
gonna talk like a gnome.
sure, I guess. He's just gonna essentially give all of his entire life story, leaving out anything that mentions Bahamut, um, and just kind of give all of that information up, but very, very quickly.
All right, so you're gonna spew out a bunch of information at her. How accurate is the information?
I would say like 80 to no
Okay.
90% accuracy.
So here's the problem. I don't know exactly what you're going to tell her and what you're not going to tell her. So you need to give me the condensed version.
Uh, so I originally was a newt, and then I was turned into a kobold, which is what I am. Um, but I didn't know it at the time. But I was told later. But I was turned into a kobold by somebody with lots of magic, and they decided to make me. Either they made me this color, or the type of newt that I was before mixed with magic to make me this color. I never got clarification on that, but it is. I am this way because of a result of magic.
Hmm.
Me
So
and my whole family.
the one behind him will say, perhaps we should dissect them. And they'll both laugh. Stannis doesn't say anything. He's just standing there like at attention. Says, no, perhaps we'll observe him while he goes about his task. How did you learn about us? Like, what brought you here?
Well, my originally my brother was the one who learned about you, and he went off. He followed some other kobolds who were joining you, and I stayed at home because I was younger. And now that I'm older, I am now here.
Does brother have a name?
Yes, his name is. Wait a second. His name is Talon.
They kind of like look at each other. Um, and the blue one will just shake his head and shrug his shoulders. It's a Talon. Does he go by any other name?
Not that I would know of. That is the name our parents gave him.
Well, so you're here seeking your brother so you can join him in the ranks our of our organization.
Yes.
And she switches at this point and starts speaking to you in Draconic. And she will ask, so you are fluent?
Yes. I
Can you
responded
write?
Draconic. Yes.
Can you read?
Yes.
Then perhaps you might make it more than just a servant. But for now, you will begin there. And Cyan Wrath will show you the rooms. No one but you and I and him are allowed entry. Do you understand?
No one but us. Got it.
So they'll take Cyan Wrath will like, come on, run.
This will follow.
All right. So they'll take you into this room. Basically, in this room here is like a comfortable sitting room. It has like upholstered chairs, a couple like tables. Uh, the tables have like tablecloths on them. It's very like snazzy too, like for this place. Um, but you could tell it doesn't see a lot of use. Like it doesn't look like many people get to this part of the past the main room, the main office to this part of the room. There is a door in this room to the north. Well, I think the map is turned. Would be not be north. Oh, it is to the north because the first map is the one that's turned. All right, so to the north is a room. Inside that room is a small um there's a stylized painting on the wall. Okay? The painting on the wall basically is a depiction of a five-headed dragon rising from a volcano. Okay? And it's on the wall. I'm sorry, it's painted on the back of the door. I take that back. It's painted on the back of the door. So the only people who are allowed into this room would ever see it. Okay, you see it as they close the door. Beyond there, um, is nothing. You're supposed to basically keep these rooms clean, but the back room that he shows you kind of looks like a chapel, like a miniature chapel. Okay.
Okay.
And then he'll take you over here and he will explain to you that this is her bed chamber. You are to make the bed, make sure that all things are kept tidy and clean, and provide anything that the worm speaker asks of you. Any questions?
Do I still return to the same sleeping quarters, or do I stay somewhere here now?
No, you return to your quarters. You're only to be here when Our Lady is not Our Lady. When Worm Speaker is here. She travels often, so you will only be required to be in her service when she is here. At those times, you will rest over there, and he points at a little chair in a corner by a little desk. So over here.
Okay.
No, in the room, and then describe the whole room to you. But in the room is a large bed, 2 wardrobes, standing mirror, an armor stand with a suit of scale mail on it. As far as what's inside the stuff, you're not really sure. They will tell you. Um, he will tell you to like mine that one, and he points to one of the wardrobes, the one on the right. I was like,
Is it dangerous?
to you, deadly.
Mimic?
No, no mimics. All right. With that, you are basically dismissed to your corner over there. Um, they have a conversation, and the conversation continues like almost as if you're not there. She will tell Stannis that she's not pleased that someone was found in her quarters while she wasn't here, but this one may indeed prove useful. Perhaps he can take care of some of the translations, so I don't have to keep reading this vile language. We shall see. And then she'll dismiss him. Siren Wrath will stay on a little bit longer. They'll talk about you for a minute. Siren Wrath will say something like, it'll do you good. Get some of the have some of these small details off your plate. Let the Cobalt like take care of these things. She says, I have cultists for that. Yes, but I don't trust the humans as much as you do. Just fair enough. It says, Kobolds are known for serving dragons. Now they can serve you. So he seems to be the more pragmatic of the two. Eventually the conversation will drift to the portals, and they'll mention something of the lodge, but they're not talking loud. And the conversation, that's about the only two things you'll get out of it before he says, well, I'm hungry. I'll leave you to your papers. I'm going to eat. And he'll head downstairs.
Does he look at me as he goes downstairs?
Not really.
Okay.
All right. Anything else, you Elios?
No, I'm just gonna sit in my chair in the corner.
Okay. So pretty much it's going to be for the next couple of days, you're going to be just cleaning up, being there in case she needs something. She'll send you to fetch things for her, like go downstairs and find me paper, parchments, talk to Olga and get me a tome about such and such. So she's working research, but everything's brought to her here. But you'll also learn that she does several instances where she's not around, but currently she's relaxing as all things seem to be going well. Like you'll also um see her conversations with she'll have a conversation with a gentleman called lanky gentleman with blonde hair who you've heard of called Grayborn or Born Gray. I think I'm saying it backwards. Born Gray. Born Gray. Okay. Um he'll report to her and she'll insist that um like why are you paying them so much attention? They're useless. They're basically other than scouting and traversing the swamps, they don't do much for us. He says, I beg to differ, Worm Speaker. I feel that the lizard men are much braver. They just have smaller numbers. Sometimes, you know, just having more of something inadequate is not necessarily a better thing. And she'll say, well, the Bullywugs are numerous and they can handle their own. Born Gray will say something along the lines, only in great numbers. But you are in charge and I will defer to whatever you believe, or speaker. There seems to be a great deal of respect there. Like he's overdoing it and she's almost like done with it. Like, all right, go away. Um, the only other person that you'll see during her meetings is a bald headed tattoo individual that will show up. Um, and he'll kind of like have a conversation with her. She says, this is how you feeling? Is everything okay? She says, everything's fine, going according to plan. I just can't. Um, I just can't believe how like there's been a couple of hiccups. That half orc got himself into some situation with a group. He says, I heard. He says, they're hunting in the swamps right now, but one of the groups was basically dismembered and thrown into one of the tunnels. So we don't know where they're at. Lockjaw's people are out hunting them now. Snapjaw. Snapjaw's people. I keep saying Lockjaw. I don't know why. Snapjaw's people are like hunting them out now, but there's been no sign of them. And he kind of like smirks a little bit and looks over in your direction. He says, I'm sure they'll turn up. He's looking like right at you.
Elias just gives him a little wave.
He'll like smile and like look back. He says, well, I'm very interested in what they might know. Aren't you? He says, she goes, no, I just want them dealt with. He says, well, Razmir, dear, you're giving up information. Like, what if they know something you weren't aware of? What if they can tell you who they're working for? She's like, I don't care. They're, the minute we find them, they're to be executed. He says, well, that's your business. I am only here because of my interest in the twins. She's like, yes. She kind of like shushes him. She's like, not too loud. You know how they feel about that. He says, yes, yes, but I expect introduction soon. The only other bit of interest I have is your portal. She's like, I know. She's like, you've been given full access. Like, I know, but it's so muggy there. Well, I will leave you to it. And he'll get up and go to leave, and he'll like basically turn and look at you once more and give you a wink, and then head down the stairs. Uh, who's next? Oh, Roz.
Yes.
All right, Roz. So, what are your plans? What are you doing? What is your intentions?
Well, every time he's taught something or corrected in a movement, or he he does his utmost to do it to the best of his ability. He wants to, without putting anyone down, he wants to shine. He wants that dragon claw room, basically. So he's trying to excel in everything he's being taught, shown, that kind
Okay.
of thing.
So, trying to think. Roll me athletics. I think athletics is a good skill to do checks on like how well you're doing in military maneuvers and stuff.
Sure. Maybe not for me, but
All right. So you're going through your things. You obviously know how to fight with a sword. Your maneuvers or your tactics are a little bit different from soldiers because they're trying to teach you how to file, like, stand side by side and fight as a unit. And yours is a little bit more independent.
mhm.
So you do have a problem with that, but there's not a doubt that your techniques work. It's just you keep leaving the man to your left alone, kind of thing.
Okay.
So they do try to get that into your head, but in the conversations you might overhear that they think perhaps maybe a dragon wing instead. And now they don't have that conversation with you because no, they have to rise to the ranks like everyone else. Dragon Claw first. He'll get it. But in single combat, nobody has been able to like match you. It's close, but you definitely can not over. What's the word I'm looking for? You show more promise than any of the people there. Now, that's not to say they don't know how to fight. They're just not as skilled as you are. Okay.
Okay.
And this is all new recruits. So they're going through the new recruit process. Now this is gonna take days at a time. So it's not gonna be something like, oh, day 1 to day 2, you're in. It's gonna take a little while. So
Okay.
um if you ask, they'll probably say that they'll make a decision by the end of the week.
Okay.
In case you need to know what day of the week it is, it's actually you got like 4 days. So
Okay.
okay.
He will continue with that goal in mind.
All right. Now, is there anything else you're trying to do during that time? Like, walk around, pick up information, or all your information going to have to do with your like drilling in the courtyards and stuff?
Yeah, he does not want to blow his cover.
Okay.
He does know that there's those walking about the castle that may or may not recognize him, so he wants to do whatever he can to just kind of lay low and stay right here.
All right. Fair enough. So, one of the things they will do with you is they do acclimate you to all the guard drakes. So
Okay.
there's a bunch. There's not a bunch, but there's like a half a dozen of them. So they do make sure that they're aware of your scent, so they
Okay.
don't kill you on sight. Um, and you do see people coming and going. So you guys are drilling in basically like the courtyard of the central keep. So
Okay. Yep.
this octagon shape in the middle was actually a tower. It's a keep.
Okay.
Okay. So you do see people coming out in and out of that entrance. You have seen the Red Wizard that you recognize. That's the entrance.
Okay.
So you have seen the Red Wizard, and they go through with escorts as well. They don't seem as afraid of the guard drakes, but they are aware that there are savage beasts that walk the courtyard. You also see the Cyan Wrath You'll see him like exit and enter a few times. He's also here. And you will see the lanky blonde individual. Not as much. He generally comes out, walks around this way, and heads over to here, and spends a lot of his time commuting and talking with the lizards, like the lizard men.
Does Roz recognize this blonde guy?
I don't remember if Roz ever met him or seen him, but you'll learn that that's Born Gray. He's the
Okay.
one that's
So-
trying to teach the lizard men how to like forge steel.
Okay, yeah, he went into that one room and saw those lizard men making
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah, he spends a
So
lot of
that's the
time going and
individual.
checking on them. Yeah, that's the guy who's teaching them.
Okay, so now he's got. Okay.
Yeah.
He's got reference.
I have a picture of him. I just don't like the picture of him, but I'll show it to you guys. Where is it? I know it's here somewhere. Oh, there it goes. Okay, that's not it. Okay. I'll just share it to all of you because eventually all of you will see him.
He's an elf?
Yeah.
And he has a patch on his eye, right?
Mm-hmm.
That okay.
He's a pirate elf.
It's a pirate. He's a swashbuckler. All right. So drilling, soldiery things, bonding with the other troops.
Yeah.
And learning whatever the coming and goings in this area, right?
Sure.
All right. Well, no, I'm asking.
No, yeah. I mean, he's not going to pay attention. I mean, yeah, he'll notice things and kind of file it away, but he's not going to sit there and watch somebody walk around and see where they're going. He wants to be as focused as he can on what he's being taught.
All right. Okay. Songbird.
Yes.
What are you doing?
Well,
What do you mean,
Songbird
yes?
is basically Songbird is going to be doing her job, cleaning up the stuff. I know Norma has said that she was going to push some more of the instruments my direction. So Songbird's going to be doing that part of her job, but also since they're in the main hall area where everyone comes and eats, Songbird's going to have an ear out for any possible conversations going on. Also see, in the days coming up, if she can get, start a little chit chat with them, or at least Norma, because she seemed to want to talk a little bit to see if she, to see if she has anything about what's been going on or where things might be taken. I know Songbird had kind of asked the same thing before, but kind of bringing it up, seeing if she might have heard something in passing. Everyone likes a bit of tea.
Norma doesn't. So you're just trying to bring up conversation with her and see if she's heard any like gossip. That's what I got out of all that.
Or she would know someone that would know gossip. Kind of like, what's his name? Pug? The little kid that runs around for Virginia.
Whoa. What about him?
Someone like that. Because he would seem to be in the know, or he would go and find out.
All right. Roll me an investigation check.
Okay. Oh, I got all these maps all over the place. Let's take this up here and investigation. Load. There we go.
All right. So, uh, she's not really into like having conversation. She seems very introverted. Like she just let me do my work. She'll correct you when you make a mistake. She's happy about talking about the work, but everything else, she kind of like loses interest. She's not mean about it, but she doesn't think that it's like it doesn't interest her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she doesn't really have time for it. Doesn't seem interested by it, and she'll tell you if like you want gossip like that, talk to the she'd say you're better off talking to the dwarf.
Like the one that cooks, dwarf?
Yeah, he's always going on about something or other.
Hmm. Does she hear anything from the comings and goings of people? Because I know you said last time that there's groups that come in because of their shifts.
Hmm. Like, does she keep a timetable on everyone? Is that what you just asked?
No. Is Songbird hearing anything from like the waves of people that come in?
Oh, you mean like people having conversations and stuff in the room?
Yes.
Uh, yeah, people. I mean, people were talking, and different shifts come in. Um, like, are you? A lot of conversations going on. So, what are you like looking to learn? Like, I could tell you, Mary Sue's pregnant and she shouldn't be. They're probably going to cast her out of the cult. I don't know. Like, what kind of gossip are you trying to hear?
The pertinent type of gossip, like,
I
you
don't know
know,
what you
people that might
consider
have been
pertinent.
I don't know, working with Siren Wrath or, doing special jobs like moving shipments into someplace specific, like taking my stuff, where's it going? Just trying to find the pertinent information. The reason why we're here, to find information, where's it going and why.
So the only part, so yeah, you're not getting much of that. You're mostly getting personal stuff. People come in here when they're off work hours, so they don't really want to talk about work stuff.
All right, so I'm gonna have to find a time to go talk to the dwarf where it doesn't seem like he's like busy. Like maybe I want a snack or something like that.
Okay.
See if I can snag a snack from him and just, you know, see how gossipy he could be.
Okay. So you're gonna go into the kitchen.
And yes, I'm gonna go into the kitchen.
Okay.
Or
So
at
that
least poke my
requires you.
head. I'm a little scared of walking into the kitchen because, you should never cross the threshold of a kitchen. But at least poking my head through to see if it's safe to go into the kitchen.
When are you planning to do this?
Kind of when it seems to be a lull of activity and, you know, might see that I want a snack or something. Like I've been working for a certain period of time, I may be parched or
Okay.
want a snack.
My question is when. Like,
What do you mean when? I can't give a certain time because I don't know when everybody comes in. Like I said, whenever there's seems to be a lull and not a lot of people around.
so
Like when
before
it's just
breakfast,
us.
after breakfast, before lunch, after lunch, before dinner, after dinner.
Uh I would think probably after breakfast, maybe I'll help clean up and bring some stuff to the kitchen.
Okay. So you're gonna bust some tables and bring the plates to the kitchen after breakfast.
Yes, because then we can get to our job of cleaning up whatever valuables they have.
All right. So you bring over some plates to the kitchen. One of the human like looks over at you and she's like, "What are you doing?" And she pulls the plates away from you.
I was just helping.
Don't. Your job is over there. And she'll take the tapes and dump them in a tub.
Okay, well, quicker we can clean, the quicker we get to the job.
Right. But it's our job. And the other girl will say from across the kitchen. Says your job is to catalog, right? You don't see me going over there and moving your stuff around.
Okay, either you're very protective of your things or there's an issue that people cross the lines.
No. This is
Okay.
this is what we're here to do.
Okay.
You like you'll hear a more gruff voice go, "What's going on?"
I was just helping bring some plates over. That way it helps, clear out that area so we can get to our stuff, and
Wait,
I'm getting chastised.
are people leaving plates on your stuff?
Seems like it. I brought stuff.
So wait. So people are eating and leaving plates on your work tables? Well, Stannis is going to hear about this.
Really quick out of character, are the work tables set aside from everything or is it part of what,
Yeah, they've always been
when
set aside.
they
You
are
don't
set
eat.
aside?
Nobody
Okay.
eats at those tables.
All right, so let me make okay. So now I know how to reply. Going back into character. No, 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 no. It's not on the stuff, but to help, move things away so that there's not a lot of distraction going on as we're cleaning and doing the things that we need to do. Just trying to be a helpful hand.
Are you distracting them? He turns to one of the humans. The human's like, "No, she came in here carrying plates." I was like, "Is that true?"
Trying to be helpful. Is there something that's being missed here?
Well,
You would think Our Lady would be very appreciative of help.
um, were you? Have you been assigned to the kitchen recently? The dwarf is
No.
asking. He says, "I mean, I
Yeah.
could use all the help we can get, but were you assigned to the kitchen?
No, I was assigned to do the cleaning of those.
The cleaning of what?"
Our tables. The
He
stuff is
like
brought
he
to our
looks out
tables.
over. He
I'm
looks.
clean, catalog.
He like leans into you, like he's short, so he like leans towards you and says, "So you're the gifts for Our Lady. That's what you were assigned to do.
Say that one more time. It cut through. All I hear was lady and assigned to do.
The gifts for Our Lady. That's what you
Oh,
were
yeah.
assigned to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they were assigned to the kitchen, so they work for me. You weren't, so you don't. That's your job.
Wow.
Some reason somebody decided that was what you were good at. Probably because Our Lady has spoke it to them. But if you want to come work in the kitchen, I'm sure I could talk to somebody and get you reassigned.
Hmm. Well, that may be a thing if, because it seems like the other three got it really locked down. I'm just mainly cataloging instruments and making sure they work. I wonder if
Oh,
they could do a dual shift.
yeah, you'll be exhausted, and looking at your hands, you wouldn't make it 1 week in the kitchen.
It looks can be deceiving.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I will
Now,
leave you to your kitchen, and we'll see.
so do you want me to put in that request?
If you need some extra help, why don't you just request some extra help? I am
I
willing
could
to help.
always use I could always use extra help. I have to feed everyone in this place, and it's just the three of us. But
Okay.
we're not supposed to
I've
take away people from other tasks.
Okay. Well, we'll just double check. If they don't really need me over there, I would be really good here. I've served tables, drinks, entertained, so it's up my wheelhouse.
What do you think? One of the humans is like, I don't like her. It's like, well, putting your personal thoughts aside, if we can get extra help in the kitchen, why do you want to work in the kitchen when you have that? I, your elves are strange. I don't understand them.
We are unique characters.
Hmm. Is there something else you wanted?
No, just come in, say hi, introduce yourself.
A
You know,
pleasure. I'm Thram, and you are
win.
Win. Okay. Now that that's out of the way, go back to work. Win.
All right, Thram.
Strange. That goes back to stop gawking and get back to work. He tells the two girls as they're washing more dishes.
And then other than that, you know, until I can find out if I'm get a position, because yes, doing what I'm doing is helpful, but it's not getting me anywhere. So if Thram happens to be a good little gossiper or likes to talk about stuff just like Norma says, then maybe that's where I need to be.
Okay. So
Not
you
to
want to get
mention going
shit.
out and serving and busting will also lead me to listening to conversations.
Okay. So you rather be working in the kitchen.
Kitchen here is a lot of things.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Um so eventually Stannis will come over to meet you. And he
Okay.
says, um, the dwarf has informed me you volunteered to work in the kitchen.
Oh, yes.
Why?
Couldn't I do kind of both? I've done the instrumental thing. I understand the instrumentals and cataloging them. Fine.
Well, you're not just
mm,
doing instruments, you're cleaning and preparing the gifts for Our Lady. There is more to it than washing dishes.
yes, but
You
in
look to
there is
be
not, there's more.
knowledgeable.
Hmm.
You look like you can do delicate work. I don't feel that Our Lady would have you wasting in the kitchen.
Well, yes, that's fair, but do you think I could help out in there at least? I've done that type of work too.
So he kind of like looks at all the tables and all the stuff that's yet to be worked on. He goes, no. Burn a dish, not clean a plate, somebody doesn't get fed, I can care less about. But if these don't
Mm.
are not prepped for shipment, Our Lady would be most displeased. We have a timetable to keep. This is much
That's
more
understood.
important.
That's understood.
So we agree then, yes?
I will continue where I am.
Ah, thank you. I'm just gonna turn on his heels and walk away. All right, Ginia,
Yes.
it's your turn.
All right. Well, of course, I'm in the chapel, and while I'm waiting for people to come in and pray, I will be, doing the remodel because got to keep busy.
Hmm.
And but when people come in to pray, I'll pray with them and I'll sit and talk to them and try to see if there are any like cracks in their belief system. Like, why are they really here? To see if maybe they could be, pulled over to the other side should some sort of rebellion break out in some way for some odd reason.
All right. Um, Roll me an investigation check. Oh, okay.
I know all the things about all the people, don't I?
So you will learn some tidbits of like personal information about certain nothing crazy. Like one woman's here because her child died. And her husband and her child died to bandits, and she feels that um the cult is gonna end all those senseless acts, and basically stand up for weak like people like her as long as they show loyalty. And that's kind of the stories you get from most of the cultists. So not the dragon claws. They don't really come in here and pray. Most of it is individual prayer. Like there's not like groups of people that come in and give service. It's just more of people coming in solely to give an offering to their lady. And it's the general consensus is these people have been hurt or scorned by society and they found a home here, like cultists tend to be, but their like their worship or their belief is extreme.
Yeah, so
Like
basically the idea that there might be some cracks in the belief so that they would, switch over and be on our side is probably not likely.
no, it doesn't seem likely at all. Their belief in that the Our Lady will do if they will die in her service because then they will be blessed by her. Like it's just really fanatical. But you will learn that most of these people are not really warriors. Um, they seem like just normal everyday people. They're just fanatical, which leads you to learn, like, basically figure out because of that ridiculous role that that just means that the claws, the rest of them probably even more fanatical, but they had their soldiers.
Right. So really what I'm learning is that um if we can take out the dragon claws, we might stand a chance and the other people can't really fight, so maybe they would choose, well, no, because you just said they would die in service, but they wouldn't be a hard kill, unfortunately. I hate.
Yeah, if you want to put in game terms, they're commoners. You probably one shot most of them.
Oh God, I hate the thought of that though.
Oh yeah, no, it's a moral dilemma, but I'm just saying in game terms,
Or
it's
just
probably not.
don't use lethal damage.
Um, you will also learn that like not too many people are keen on the bullywogs. They don't like them. They find them disgusting.
Hmm.
They're not. They're even less keen on the lizard men, but at least the lizard men keep to themselves. Um, so there's that as well.
Okay. And part of the reason that I'm spending the time like fixing up the chapel and praying with people and, listening to them is so that maybe if it comes down to it and we're in a battle and um, they see me, they will have at least gained enough respect for me to not try to kill me. It's kind of
Okay.
self-serving, however,
Wait. I'm your friend.
remember what you told me in the chapel. It's okay. Don't shoot.
Hey, Nunya, what do we do? So
Go inside and lock
that's
the doors. Go to the highest tower. Stay out of the line of fire. You're in danger. See?
that's fine if that's the route you're going. You won't know until the time comes if something like that would work, but I'm fine with it.
I mean, it's worth a shot. At least it was on my mind as I was having this conversation with all of these people.
Look at my face. Know me. Look at me.
You love
Cherish
me.
me.
I'm your friend now.
So the betrayal will hurt that much more as my cold steel cuts you down.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, non-lethal
Sure.
damage, that is definitely a valid choice considering these aren't trained soldiers.
That's true. The other thing
mean-
would be that the trained soldiers you do see coming in and out, well, in and out, and going into the back room where they have set up their cots and their basically their place away from everyone else. They come in and out, come and go as they will. You can tell that they're on shifts. So, they're either walking patrols or something during the course of the day, and then they come in at night to sleep. Usually they arrive. So you have Pug coming earlier now. So Pug arrives like before you go to bed. So he kind of shows up with dinner and sits down and eats with you.
Mhm.
Um, and then you can go about your thing going back to dinner. So he's been picking up food early and coming over here to eat. Um, and they show up like right as you're leaving.
Okay.
So that seems to be the norm.
All right. Do I hear the soldiers saying anything about where they're patrolling or what they're looking for as they're patrolling?
Um, no, they're basically patrolling the the castle.
So they're just
They're not
guarding the
going out.
castle in
They're not.
general.
Yeah, they're standing at different rooms or guard escorting like important visitors, things of that nature.
Okay.
They don't leave the castle.
That makes sense. All right.
But obviously they've been split up because they're telling each other about it. Like one of them talks about that red wizard. Don't trust him. Don't like him. He's creepy. Um, you know, the other one will talk about like why is Baumgar wasting his time with these lizard folk? They're like savages. They're too primitive to learn how to forge weapons. Other ones will talk about like introducing like a new like they got a new recruit, and he's showing some promise. He might be becoming a dragon claw, but it's a tabaxi. I've never seen one of those. Like things like that.
Okay.
For the most part, you're like left in here alone, like for most of the day.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. Do I find
Mhm.
anything interesting as I'm going through the extra, like the storage area? Anything that would be of note for our current mission?
Um, so you're doing like remodeling, cleaning, going through the storage area and stuff. And in the storage area, there's nothing really of note, but you do find that there is like a little compartment in the statue.
Okay. Can I get into this compartment? Or do I just see that it exists?
You see that it exists. You can certainly try to get into it. You just know it's there. I don't know if your curiosity was going to take over.
I mean, I feel like if I'm finding a compartment in a statue and I'm in the chapel by myself most of the day, eventually my curiosity would get the best of me.
All right, roll me an investigation check. All right, so you guys start aiming for towers. So that one
Oh,
you wouldn't have known, but um, so the way remember it's a five-headed dragon that's carved out of wood and stuff. Remember?
uh-huh.
So under the head of the black dragon in the neck is this compartment. It's kind of like little you can open it up and then the neck. And inside of there, you manage to like fiddle with it and like work it open. It's not really difficult. It's just more that it's kind of like it blends really well. But you press on one of the scales and it like opens up the compartment. Inside that compartment is very like a, a nice looking dagger. It's like curved. It's got the the wavy blade,
Mm-hmm.
but there's a dagger in there. It almost looks like a sacrificial dagger.
Okay. Well, I'm not touching it because I don't know if it's been cursed or blessed or poisoned or whatever. So I'm just
That's
gonna
fair.
put the compartment, like the cover back on the compartment and make a mental note
Mhm.
that, if I see somebody in here kind of messing with the statue, they
Okay.
obviously know that it's there too.
Okay. All right. Other than that, nothing else really occurs to you, and that could probably like going on for days. So after the first night, you guys can reconvene if you would like to try to have a conversation with each other, because none of you have been relocated just yet. Except Elios, who is sitting on a chair upstairs.
Sound like he's on the timeout.
Yeah, sure. What? Sure. May as well. We don't know how long we're going to be together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, Elios, when Resmir actually finally heads to bed, like you can leave.
Okay.
Yeah, so you would show up a bit, like you would be a bit late to joining everyone, but um, you can eventually leave and get rest too.
Awesome. I like not being exhausted.
Most people. All right. So you guys can grab dinner, meet back up and have dinner, do or not meet back up, but like have dinner, sit wherever it is, reconvene back in your room. You guys tell me what you're doing as a group.
Probably
Roz
just
is going to be with the
following up.
guards.
You're gonna take dinner with the guards, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So are we still at dinner or after dinner?
Up to you guys. Like you could sit separately during dinner and just play it cool and then meet up in your rooms. That's fine with that. I just need to know where you guys are going to try to have your conversations. Unless you want to sit together at dinner.
I feel
Well,
like
Roz won't.
Probably.
So
I feel like it would be wiser for us to not sit together during dinner, just so it looks like
okay,
we're blending into the group.
okay,
But I would say we would definitely have the conversation, share what information we've learned when we get back to our room.
Well, I don't
okay.
know. There's not much. Some of us don't really have groups to blend into.
I don't have a group to blend into, but I would sit
Well,
with some of the people that I've talked to, just so it doesn't look like we're isolating ourselves with the same group we came in with. At least we look like we're
yeah,
trying to blend with the group that we are now living with.
right. The only one that doesn't have a group to blend into is Elios. Elios, there's nobody up there with him. Um, I Vero has somebody like a group of people that they can sit with, the cultists. Olga's not going to be thrilled by it, but the rest of them don't have a problem.
What? She loves me.
I think she secretly got a crush on him just simply because she's so mean
Right.
to him.
Maybe.
It's the
Yeah.
elementary school crush.
Yep, definitely a
Roz
redirect.
has a group of soldiers he can hang out with. You have all the other inventory people that you can hang out with. So, remember, there's a half a dozen of them too. So you do have people you can blend in with. Elios is the hardest one, and Ginia, she can blend in with the various people that have come in. Now, with that though, Ginia, you'd be moving around, like talking to different people, because they don't all sit together either.
Right.
Okay.
Kind of sounds like a very
So-
Genya thing to do, though.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
fine. You can work the crowd and move around. All right. So if that's what you guys are doing, Ginia, do me a favor. Roll me a persuasion check. It's not for anything specific. I just want to see how somebody reacts to what you're doing.
That's not ominous at all.
Actually, that's pretty good. So, you will run into Stannis eventually, Ginia, and he'll kind of just eye you and give you a smile. And says, "I hear good things about your work in the rectory. Keep it up. You may be our next worm speaker." And he kind of turns and chuckles and walks away.
I'm just gonna smile at him while he's looking at me, and then when he walks away, I'm gonna kind of hide it, but roll my eyes just a little bit and hope nobody sees. One of those, turn around and pretend to vomit.
Thank you so much. I hate you.
Yeah.
No.
You suck.
You son of a bitch. All right. So other than that, you guys, you have your conversations. Elios, what are you gonna do when you come downstairs? Are you typing to me?
No.
Oh, okay.
Is there a small table where there's a chair or two on some sides, but then the rest of it's empty? Like what a wheelchair, someone in a wheelchair would sit at. I sit oh,
There's
I was gonna sit beside myself.
it's basically it's the equivalent of Harry Potter. Long rows of tables. Everybody just kind of sits at one long ass table.
To pick your
It's
house,
kinda like-
Elios.
Well, yes, it's something like that, except there's only 2 rows.
I'll sit at the first one of the edges of the table, so on the very end of the table,
All right.
because
So
I
you
assume those are open because people are usually sitting in groups, probably towards the middle.
Yeah, that's fine. You could find a little end of the table to sit at. All right. After dinner, basically people will start filing out. Most of the people head towards the north. A couple of people head towards the south, but everybody starts filing out. One of the girls will set down a small bowl in front of you. When
Uh-huh.
she sets down a small bowl in front of you,
Okay.
and she says, "That's from Thram. I still don't like you," and she'll walk away.
What's in the bowl?
Are you gonna eat it? It looks the top looks kind of like caramelized.
Okay. Okay. So, I guess whatever spork or whatever I have, I'm gonna use to kind of first make sure there's no weird thing going on. So lightly poking at it to see is it hardened
It's hard
type
and it
thing.
breaks.
Is there anything underneath, or is it just kind of like
It's like
a bark?
it's like a custard.
Ooh. I'm going to taste a little bit and make sure it doesn't make me immediately sick.
It doesn't make you sick. It's actually very good.
Ooh. Okay. Well, I'm going to eat it since everybody else is. I would share with everybody else, but they're all doing their own little thing.
So you see the dwarf. He's in the doorway, kind of like wringing his hands. He like looks at you when you eat it, and just gives you a nod and turns around and walks back into the kitchen.
That's nice. Hmm. Okay. After I'm done eating, also going to check under the bowl to see if maybe like there's something under there. Thank you note. I don't know. But, just checking under the bowl, see if anything. If not, I'm going to take the bowl to the kitchen.
What?
Well, everybody else is gone, so I'm guessing none of the two evil stepsisters are going to be taking it.
You haven't learned your lesson, have you?
I like how we're all
Are
doing
they
our
all
best
gone?
here, and Songbird's just making all lists of friends.
Seriously, it's like, are they gone?
Is
'Cause you said everyone was left.
everybody's not gone. There's people
Okay.
filing out. In fact, as far as I know, your group is still there, and there's a couple other people in here. The girls are clearing tables.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to figure out, because from what you said, I was thinking everyone had left.
No.
Okay.
All
Well,
right, what are
I'm
you
going
guys all doing?
I'm
I'm gonna
making my way
smile at
back
the
to our
girls and
room.
leave.
All right,
Mhm.
you're going back to your room, Roz.
Yeah, after he's finished, he will go back to the room.
Okay, Thorn.
Elios will also go back to the room after we finish.
Sorry, yeah, Elios. Vero.
Same. Once I'm done eating and everything, then sorry, Astrid will make our way to the room.
Okay. Now they're all gone. Quinn, what are you doing?
Okay, well, I guess if I did wait for them all gone, I'll try to take it up, but if the evil stepsisters stop me, then I'll just give it to them and tell them I said thank you.
Okay. So, yeah, sure. As soon as you like head in that direction, one will just snatch it out of your hand as they walk by.
Okay. And again, tell them I said thank you, and then head to the room.
Okay, you're all back in your room together. Again. Hi, I missed you all.
All right, I'm going to kind of set myself up kind of by the door to kind of peek and make sure that nobody is listening or coming in to watch. I mean, I know that we would be able to hear them over the boards, but better safe than sorry. And then
Right, then nobody's creeping up. I gotcha.
and then share the information that I learned about the dagger being hidden and kind of that nobody but the dragon claws are really fighters, and that they're, sad to say, actually decent people who have come into hard times and made hard decisions that got them where they are. Which is here, worshipping a dragon and potentially planning the end of the world. What did everybody else learn?
Nothing.
I learned about something called a lodge somewhere. There was Resmir talked about Resmir talked about the portal to the bald guy, the bald tattooed guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something
She
about
talked
a
about it to
portal.
two people.
He talked about a portal um, to the bald tattooed guy and to another person, and then the Born Gray mentioned something about twins, and then Resmir said that they don't like being called that. But mostly I sat in a chair in a corner all day.
For me, the blonde one with the eye patch elf is into magic and portals from the books that he has, but is looking more specifically into books that deal with magic.
Ross has not really learned much other than that the tactics they're teaching the guards are to be side by side combat, as opposed to combating one on one. Oh, and I have gotten to know the guard drakes quite well.
Well, that could come in
So
handy.
yeah, I was actually about to say, with if they happen to know you very well and we're all around you, does that kind of protect us all, or does it just protect you?
And, Roz is going to say just Roz. Because unless they have been introduced to you, they know you're sent, they will probably attack you on sight.
I'm gonna add to that, Roz, because you have seen them um basically called off of people so people can get through the area.
Mm-hmm.
So it's only when they're by themselves. So you're partly right. If somebody's handling them, they can be called off. But if they're by themselves, they attack anybody they don't recognize that's not supposed to be in the area. So you're,
Okay, yeah.
but I didn't want you to have just half
No,
of that.
that makes
So
sense. Yep, that makes sense. I'll convey that.
Ginny, roll me perception check. Thank you very much. So you hear footsteps coming towards you over the platforms. They're very light and slow, very deliberate footsteps.
All right. I'm gonna kind of motion to everybody to be quiet and sort of look like I'm nonchalantly leaning against the doorway, waiting for whoever this is to show up.
Okay.
So this was this really gorgeous harp that I was cleaning, and it just didn't sound right.
So were you able to
So-
fix it?
I got there's one string, and I don't think the lady's gonna like it. So I'm really trying to work on that before I put it into the casing.
That sounds like an excellent plan.
Who the hell is he?
He hasn't made it there yet.
Wait, it lost
Everyone
me
else
too.
just starts you get into this distracting conversation, everyone else just starts dozing off. Like
Right?
What do you mean dozing off? It starts dozing off. Elias has been dozing off.
he
Elias
finished
is like yelling
I finished my report and literally just goes and just slumps over.
He
No,
had a
he curls
long
up like a
day.
cat. He had a
He
long day of doing
did.
nothing exciting, so all of the energy is just kind of deflated. So now he's tired.
That's
He just
valid.
curls up like a cat on the floor.
Poor
my-
thing's had a lot of information thrown at him, and he's not sure what to do with it.
Right? He hates it here. He should be here, but he's not. Okay, well that's just sad. Hold on, I lost somebody.
We need to send out a search
It's
party.
okay.
No, I'll do it this
He
way.
fell into the moat.
Nobody fell into the moat.
It's okay. We didn't need to see the giant dragon anyway.
The moat's not mud, it's quicksand.
No, not that.
Joke's on you.
Oops.
Let's do this.
No, that's not what I wanted
And
to
then
do.
I can do this. Oh, none of you were in your room. That's hilarious.
Theater of the mind, sir. Theater of the mind.
All right. So standing, you basically coming around the first corridor towards your room. You see a red robed wizard.
No. He's heading towards the room?
Yeah, he's walking towards the room. He like makes eye contact with Ginny and everything.
The first to be recruited.
Ah.
I mean, I'm just gonna kind of wait for him to make the first move.
So
What's he here
he'll
for?
walk. He'll walk over to the doorway. He'll kind of look like basically past you to everyone in the room. Says, I think this talk is long overdue. Don't you?
You're going to have to narrow that down. We've had a lot of talks.
The one between myself and all of you.
I'm gonna gesture for him to come in without saying anything.
He'll like look around the door jam and then step underneath, walking into the room.
He's a tall wizard.
I think he was
Is he
looking for
t-
booby traps.
It was more like, is there a knife above the doorway? So he'll step into the room.
Roz will stand up just because he doesn't know if he's supposed to or not, but he will.
And Junior's just gonna kind of stand there, kind of with their arms crossed, leaned against the door, one eyebrow up, like, okay, what have you got to say?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm curious. And my curiosity sometimes gets the better of me. Why are you here?
Is this the guy that was on the caravan?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this was the guy on the caravan, but I was actually going to kind of look at Elios with an eyebrow raised. Does it? No, wait. I retract that.
As I recognize, I feel like Vero makes the recognizing, like the connection.
Hey!
Yeah, I retract my statement.
That's
But
because
no, Songbird's just going to be sitting there on her bunk like, what's up?
Adventurers posing as new recruits, new cultists. I find this most distressing.
what makes you think we're posing as anything?
Well, because I have seen you before. Your exploits did not go unnoticed.
Are you talking about in the caravan?
Yes. The one that we all partook of.
Well, yes.
Except that one. I'm not sure of that one. He kind of points over at Elios.
What does posing mean?
Posing. Pretending.
Oh, I know that. I know pretending.
They have me sorting books. I just say what my job is here.
I sat in a chair all day.
It's like,
Yes.
so we came in the same caravan and everything. I believe some of the people that were in the caravan may be here.
That's true. I would be one of those people. But
Well, yeah.
I'm wondering why you all are here.
I
you
repeat,
seen-
I'm sorting books.
To
Have
serve
you
Our
seen
Lady,
someone
of
that looks like
course.
me?
Wait,
Is that what?
what did you say, Jania?
Said to serve Our Lady, of course. Why else would we be here?
And then what did you say, Elios?
Have you seen someone that looks like me?
Mm,
You asking
I
about your brother?
have seen many that look like you.
Elios points at like the scales on his arm.
Oh, no, not of your color. I'm sure I would have noticed one, but I have yet to meet the twins. Perhaps I will find your brother there.
The twins?
I've heard about them. Apparently, they don't like being called the twins.
Yes, well, that's. They are. It's a secret. Now, I've shared a secret with you. Now tell me yours. Again, why is a group of adventurers showing up as initiates in Castle Near?
I don't think I technically am an adventurer. I'm just looking for my brother.
I was following wherever the energies took me. What's you?
I guess I was mistaken then. I thought we could have a civil exchange of ideas and speak in truce. I see that's not going to be possible. So perhaps I should let the powers that be understand what I know. And he turns to like head towards the door.
Sir, I have a question.
He doesn't turn around, but you hear him say yes.
Do you have a name? I mean, from what I remember in the caravan, everyone just referred to you as the Red Wizard.
Well, yes. It's a stigma that my people have to live with, but you may call me Asbara Jaws.
I, I,
Red Wizard
Okay.
it is.
No wonder they call you the Red Wizard. Who gave you that name?
Okay, say that again, DM.
Asbara Jaws.
Just call him Jaws.
Bauer.
And we'll
Jaws.
get the da-da, da-da.
Not Jaws, Jaws.
Uh-huh.
Close
What,
enough,
like
I guess.
jazz, but pronounced like Jaws?
No, Jaws. You know what?
Write it. Or send a picture.
No.
Or you could read my chat. I think Devouring's got it just right.
I'll tell. I'll mention to the guy that I'm here to learn. I mean, that's what I told them when I came here. It's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's unfortunate that they peg you with the stigma of Red Wizard.
It's not unfortunate. That is what I am. Just, I am more than just a red wizard. So, I
As
assume
we are
we'll
more
have-
than just adventurers.
Mhm. He's going to turn back around and says, "So you're telling me that you are truly disciples of the Dragon Queen?"
Are you?
No.
No, then what brings you here? Everyone seems.
Allegiances, curiosities.
Well, then we might just have something
A
in
special
common.
interest in my own like hobbies.
Hmm. Jinian, you want to repeat?
Then we might just have something in common.
And that is
Being here for allegiances.
I see. Well, I can tell you now that the Thayans will not get involved if there is an uprising, upheavals. We are more to let it fall how it may. But we are curious. We haven't been, our price has not yet been met. So for now, we just observe.
Did you say, did,
But I will tell
DM, did
you
you say
any attacks on
Saiyans?
my Thanes, yes.
Okay.
I will tell you attacks on my own person will not be tolerated. And if my superiors deem it, I will not hesitate to kill you. The rest is just entertainment.
I'd raise my hand.
You in the back of the class, yes?
Do you know a lot about the cold?
I know a significant amount. Do
Would you
you?
know the uh, s- again learning? I'm more so also trying to learn about a symbol.
What symbol?
I'll describe the symbol.
Go ahead.
I have to pull it up.
I was gonna say, because if you ever try to describe something to somebody, they always get a different picture. So I want to see what your description
I
is.
it is. I know it's like a. I gotta pull it up because of the fact that I know that it's a hand like reaching forward, and behind it is a top of a head, kind of on flame. I want to say, but it's at least that's what the symbol looks like. Where would I put? Yeah, it's like a flaming. It's like a fireball with eyes that's flaming in like a clawed reptilian-esque looking hand underneath it and stretching forward.
um, he kind of just looks at you, almost like bewildered. He says, "How long have you been following the cult?"
Um, I don't, not super long, but it's a symbol that I'm aware of. I just haven't. I know its relation is to the cult. I just have not. I've seen variations in ways of that symbol, but not that one.
No, that is the cult's main original symbol. It's changed through the years. If what you're describing is accurate, it's changed through the years. Um, that was their symbol before their first fall.
So why would something have that symbol?
Perhaps it belonged to the cult. Was it an item, a book?
No, it was an item. It wasn't an item or a book.
Well, I would say that it was property of the cult, and that is how they tagged it. During their early days and their prominence before they released the Flight of the Dragons that brought the entire world to come up against them, I mean, they were quite prominent in the Western lands.
Did they deal with people along with property? Like that?
Um, Deal with people along with. Did they keep slaves? No. Most people were recruited. Some offered their children. Many of those children were branded before they even had a choice. And then they were raised as members. Indoctrination starts early. Some of the most loyal cult members were born into it.
I just look at I just look at Elios as we're getting all this information. Oh, well, that definitely answers a lot of questions about the symbol that I was definitely curious about.
Hmm.
How old is the symbol? Like, how long ago would that have been used?
Oh, hundreds of years ago.
Oh,
Can Elias roll a history check
For what?
for the symbol that he's talking about? Elias
Can
wasn't alive back then, but he knows someone who was.
you can roll, I guess. I don't. It's not Jaws. I don't what are you rolling for? I need like to know so I can answer your question.
Elias is trying to recall, because of who taught him his knowledge about the world and this group. He's trying to recall if anything was from way long ago, or if any of the information he was given was more recent.
The information Elios was given?
Yes,
Okay.
when
So
he was being taught magic things, but when he was taught things pre start of campaign.
okay. Um I, I'm trying to understand what you're talking about because it makes it really hard for me to answer the question when you're talking in like halves with me. So, do you want to write me specifically what you're trying to figure out? Because I don't know if I'm going to answer the question correctly the way you're asking it.
He's typing away.
Yeah,
Yep.
I know.
I will ask. I'll just ask
Because
if.
I understand, like I understand you're trying not to give any too much away, but as I don't know for sure, I'm going to answer you correctly if I don't know exactly what you're asking.
I'll ask if we should be worried if we come across someone with that symbol.
In this day and age, if you meet someone with that symbol, they're probably quite powerful, ancient, or one of the OGs.
The Red Wizard used the term OG.
No, the DM did, but it fit at the time. You have me curious, Elf. Why do you ask?
I've seen the symbol before. I mean, I guess that would only make sense that I'm asking if I've seen it before.
That is true. That would make sense. My curiosity comes on where have you seen it before? An older
On a
sibling,
person.
perhaps? Well, I gathered that much.
I mean, I have. No, it wasn't an older sibling, but it was on a person. I don't really know. I don't really know. My siblings aren't are like siblings, but not necessarily are siblings.
I have siblings. They are actual siblings. I'm trying to find one of them. He's missing. I think he joined this group. That's why I'm here.
Okay. So I understand you basically typed the same thing you said.
I
So
didn't know
I
how else to
understand.
phrase it.
I understand. Okay, so you're trying to find out if you had ever learned anything about a particular point of more recent history. Is that like that's what I'm getting out of this?
No, Ellis is trying to recall old history.
Old history. What are you trying to recall specifically?
Do people who might things related to that symbol, like anyone who might have had it, like names of people or names of places that symbol might have been.
Okay,
The,
that's
things
fine.
the things that stick out in history books, which is places and people.
Yes, except the history books. This is verbal history. So,
Yes.
all right, now roll me a history check. Killing me, Smalls.
It's not
All
my
right.
fault I'm small.
So, because of your teacher and who would have taught you about it, yeah, you absolutely have heard of them. More as like a warning, but as far as most people knew, they like were hunted to extinction. And yes, many of them bore this symbol that's being described as tattoos, as markings to like for other members to know who they were. They wore it on their purple robes, they wore it on their weapons. They'd emblazed their shields and their banners, but because they were more of a secret lot working in the shadows, um, like you only saw it at like meetings or when people were trying to reveal who they were. They had it like in, hidden pendants, things of that nature. Okay, but
Okay.
for a time and not too far history, it was like rampant throughout the realms. Again, they literally caused a dragon uprising, and then like the entire realm was basically united against them to hunt them to extinction. Okay,
I understand the need to keep it covered, that's for sure. What's the, I guess, your group's stance on someone that would hold that symbol?
I mean, we're here pursuing the possibilities of an alliance. Many of my higher ups are leaning towards helping them to their aims. Of course, we must make sure that our demands are met and our needs. So, currently, we would see one of those people as a potential ally. Why? Why are you smiling?
I'm smiling, but I'm Vero's sighing deeply.
Oh, I see.
I'm smiling because I don't know what to do. I'm currently not sure what I want to do about that information.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I am not sure right now. I'm very suspicious of your group. I mean, you're definitely more to you than you're letting on. But as I said, I am very curious to see. Why are you shaking your head? That's very
Because
suspicious behavior.
Elios is like, there's literally nothing more to me than.
Elios has never once lied. He is exactly about what he says he's about. He's looking for his brother. There is no more to that.
Yeah,
And
I'm
he
talking
slept
about
in
as
a
a group
chair.
on a whole. The group as a whole. But he has decided. I have decided that I will let things play out of curiosity. I will deal with the higher ups if it comes to it. But as I said, attack me or any of my people, and all bets are off.
So
Well,
who
really
else
quick,
is your people? Are there
Yeah.
any more of your people here? I mean, if
Currently, I mean, of course, I am a guest of Razmir and the cult,
Mhm.
so I am under their protection. So I'm assuming any of them would rush to my aid. But I'm quite capable of dealing with things on my own. And anyone you see dressed like me would be my people.
All right, I was just clarifying in case there was somebody who is not dressed like you who is here.
No, I can care less for anyone here, especially the bullywugs. Disgusting creatures.
Yeah, we keep hearing that a lot.
They are.
So what do you know about the destination of all of this treasure? Where is it going? What can you tell us anything about that?
So he smiles. He's like, aha. So that is what you're seeking.
Treasure, absolutely. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, you know that the treasure has a specific purpose, yes?
We know what we've been told. What have you been told?
An offering for the goddess Tiamat.
About what we were told.
That's what I've been told. I don't know what you've been told.
Oh, they just referred to their lady and that there were offerings.
Yeah. Roz is going to look at Ginny, and if he catches her eye, he's going to nod like, we may as well spill it. Maybe not everything, but
Yeah. All right. Come in and have a seat.
He looks around. He'll kind of like just basically like lift up his leg and sit down in the air in like a cross-legged position, just floating.
Mira just leans over and looks under where he's.
Yeah, like a magician, they go up underneath.
There are no strings.
Yeah.
Well, you told him to sit down, but there's no chairs in your room. You have bunk beds, remember?
I mean, he's more than welcome to take a seat on one of the bunks because Elios isn't using one of them. And I don't think
That's
Vero's
true.
not sleeping on a bunk is either. So
Yeah,
there are
No, but
two free bunks.
well, he didn't know that, and the count would be matching. So he'll just sit in the air. This should be good.
I mean, it's not nearly as interesting as you might think. But, and I'll just kind of explain what we're doing here and why we're here.
So
Say that
are you giving him the
not all
whole
the
story?
I'm not going to give him the information about the Harpers,
Okay.
but basically we're here looking to see where the treasure's going, why it's being taken there, you know.
They raised hell in Area A, and we've been following.
Mhm.
Is that what you're going with?
I mean, basically that we've kind of been following the treasure from where we started from to where we are right now.
He's gonna nod and listen to everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I was hoping to learn more about the marking that we discussed.
What do you know of a town called Bergost?
Bear Ghost?
Bergost.
Bear
Bear
ghost? Oh god, that sounds scary.
Bear Ghost, town in the south. I mean, I don't know much of it. It doesn't have any dealings with us.
The
Why do
reason
you ask?
one of the reasons we are here is mostly personal, uh, especially for Raz. It is personal. Raz was taken captive, and at one point, a town down in the south, perhaps you've heard of it, Greenest, was attacked
I was
by.
there.
Yes, you were, and it was attacked. We defended this town, and since then we have been following these ones. So
Look
there
at
is a
you, like he
personal
was there.
element. There's a personal element to this quest, if you will, this adventuring. Many people that we came to know were harmed, their possessions stolen from their homes, and if they were not killed, they were taken from their homes. And for us, this is personal. Everyone here has a different reason, as I'm sure do you.
Mm-hmm.
If the things that you say about dragons and these, then we're here to prevent it. We would like to stop this thing from happening.
Well, that's a pity. I'm not here to stop them, nor do I encourage you to try to stop them.
You would have this, what did you call it, Lady Tamia something?
Yeah, man.
Thank you. You are okay with this happening to the this realm?
I mean, do you know who we worship in Thay?
Regardless,
I mean, let them
who
worship
you
who they
worship,
will.
but to destroy a civilization?
Many wars start over religion. I mean, it's not going to end here.
Perhaps not.
Can you be absolutely sure that it's not going to end here?
I mean, as in the world?
Indeed.
Well, I don't believe that what they're planning to do is going to bear any fruit. And they're a cult. They worship dragons. I mean, they we've gone through this before. At best, they can stir them up. The worst I've seen is they created a few undead dragons. Some very powerful ones, but they're not taking over the realms with them. What the cult hasn't learned is the dragons eventually turn on them.
Yes. Did you not also say that they tried this once before in history past, and they were put down in their efforts? That
Right.
is all we are trying to do.
Well, that
Is
was a
not to see this
long
happening.
time.
Oh,
That was a
yes,
long time ago.
but Raz was not alive a long time ago. What is being proposed is during Raz's lifetime.
Yes. I understand, but when you quest for power, you know, sacrifices must be made.
Yes, but there is also a power for good as well as evil. The two will always clash.
That's true. But
So,
the Thayans have decided to side with the cult for now. Again, our alliance is not cemented in any payment yet, and until that time, I am free to let you live. You're not my enemy. Once our deal is struck and completed, then I probably will burn the skin from your bones. But for now, as I said, if Razmir can't see obvious spies amongst her ranks, that's on her. Perhaps I should report to my people that they are not capable enough yet. You have basically provided me with an opportunity to actually see what Razumir's people are capable of and report to my superiors one way or another. In the end, it is their decision. I may be admonished for not helping sooner, but I can care less. My interest is in the power of Thayans, not the power of cultists.
It doesn't
So,
concern you that with what they're planning on unleashing into the world, there's a chance that many of your people as well could be killed. Does that not
no,
concern you at all?
I highly doubt it. I don't think anything that the cultists can summon would be a threat to Thay as a whole.
Unless they
And
succeed in summoning Tiamat.
do you believe that this cult that does not recognize a tabaxi interloper for what he is can summon Tiamat?
They may be so focused on doing so that they are not looking at some of the smaller details of the people that are infiltrating their ranks.
I
Which is
think you
why
give
they haven't picked up on it.
I think you all give them too much credit. But I also think that my people, if they believe it's possible, then the alliance will be struck. I don't believe it. I think they have an alternate motive, though I do appreciate yours. Well, if there's nothing further, then I shall
So
retire for the evening.
you have nothing else to tell us? I mean, we have told you practically everything.
Yes, very trusting of you.
Well, as Raz's grandfather always used to say, today's a good day to die. So if it is today, Raz accepts it. Are you willing to die for
No,
what you believe in?
for what I believe in, yes. I don't believe in these cultists. I thought I made that clear.
Well, Raz does not either,
But
but he
that
does
doesn't
believe
mean
in what is right.
that's fine. But what you believe is right and what I believe is right are two different things.
This is true.
So, while I am not here to engage you, I have sedated my curiosity and I will see how your situation plays out. I will be watching.
I could tell you where I saw the symbol.
He like pauses at the doorway as he's like stepping out.
Or you can hold on for another moment of curiosity. Just hold on to that, and we can meet again.
No, you could do that too.
I mean, I left the opportunity open to try to get some questions, and then I was like, or we could not, and we could wait. So I don't know what to do now.
I'm going to sign to Vero. Go ahead.
Good, nice.
Oh, apparently I forgot who all has seen it.
Apparently.
I mean, it didn't mean anything to me for the longest time. So then I'll stand up and I'll unrobe, I guess, to the point where my back is exposed.
Vero
Okay.
stands and tears off his shirt.
Right? Like Superman, except oh wait, hold on. You gotta turn around.
Like,
I
no,
Chris
Vero.
Farley it with a fat man in a little coat and just do this and rip the.
Alright. So
Oh.
you stand up and disrobe and he just kind of like looks at you like, what do you do?
Yes, you hairless ones. What is wrong with you?
He will step forward and like come over and look at your back. When did you get this? Who did this?
Where did
I've
you
had
find it?
it for as long as I can remember.
You're an offering. Did your parents teach you?
I have no idea. I was raised in a monastery as an orphan.
So they were slain?
Like, I have no idea. Nobody would talk about the symbol. They would just. I was told to keep it covered.
Why is it? I mean, how old are you?
105.
You see, he kind of looks up and does some calculations. Says, that would put you after during the cleansing.
Vero's gonna start killing people.
I mean, he'll say
That's
like
what
that would,
that's hilarious.
right? Vera's gonna become a murderer. He's like, that would put you at the time of the cleansing. Were your parents loyalists? Were they? Were you?
I mean, I
Hmm.
can tell him where. I'll tell him where the monastery, the region in which I came from. I don't know if that would.
Well, as history would say, there was a huge cult following in that region. I mean, you I will be keeping my eye on you. I hope you live.
Thanks.
You have bought my silence for several days. Hopefully, you can get what you need by then, or do whatever it is you're going to do by then.
By
After that,
silence do you mean you're gonna rat him out?
no, that would be why I'm going to be silent.
Yeah,
This
but you said for a few
conversation,
days.
well, I can only eventually my superiors will want a decision.
Mm.
And if we are going to enter into alliance, I do need to inform them that you are here.
Was I supposed to be sacrificed as a child? Is that what you're telling me?
And Lucy, he says, sacrificed? No. Trained? Yes.
Oh,
You would be, I mean, you could be bone gray at this point, for all I know.
is that the blonde guy?
Yeah.
For my mental, okay. For my trying to put names to people.
Yes. I mean,
I was
you
talking to
are.
him earlier. He's collecting books.
Well, he also likes knowledge. Perhaps that was why you were drawn to him. I mean, it's just, um, if you were marked. Now, your mark is like a branding, right?
I believe it was a. I don't. I think we
Or
said it was a tattoo.
it's a tattoo. He's right. So if like
So there was time put into my marking.
during the cleansing, they wouldn't have tattooed you. During the cleansing, they would have just branded you and killed you.
That's comforting.
So, you know, the good people that you tend to follow. Yes, they slew every cultist they could find. So this is not a brand. You were chosen.
Even better.
And you know
Oh,
nothing of your parents.
He's the chosen
I,
one.
I do not. I do not believe. To DM, I don't think so. I don't remember us discussing
You
the
don't.
history there.
You
Yeah.
don't. You don't
No,
remember.
I
You
do
already
not.
said.
My earliest memories are at the monastery and being raised there by the monks that were there, and again, instructed to keep this covered.
He's just gonna he's gonna grab your face and lift your face to look at him, and he's just gonna examine your look, profile and everything.
Hmm.
Obviously, committing you to memory.
This is great. I think someone else is into me, guys. No, I'm just joking.
No more
You
communal
always.
bathing.
I know you gotta stop that. You just draw them all in.
Wow. Well, I can't say that I wish you well, but you have entertained me for the evening. Puzzles and curiosities. With that, I must bid you adieu. Well, he wouldn't say that. Good night.
What's the blue one's memory like?
The what?
I'm just curious because the blue dragon guy,
Cyan.
Cyan rat?
does he have a good memory on him?
Mm, I mean,
I'm starting to wonder.
he's not an idiot. Why?
Were you said you were at Greenest?
Yes.
Were you there when he challenged someone?
Yes. Yes, I know you fought him.
Okay.
As I know, he was black on the trail, now he's white again. And he was white when we were in Greenest. I remember, that one had long white hair.
I'm just glad these ropes have hoods. As I like cover back up and
I
Yes.
wasn't a blonde.
Oh yeah. Well, I didn't remember you dyed your hair.
Yeah, you
You
keep
didn't
forgetting.
remember. Sorry. Because I don't remember you dyed your hair.
Well, what's another campaign we can get going on?
What?
What's another campaign we can start? Leave this one.
side rail this entire expedition. Just
That's up to you.
no.
But
All right. Well,
he's
that wasn't.
he leaves. Like he's gonna walk away unless you guys try to stop him
Okay,
again.
as he's walking out, I'm gonna walk out kind of behind him. I'm gonna be like, and I'm gonna
Mhm.
say, so you said they hadn't met what you were asking to side with them. What would it take to get you to side with you guys to side with someone else?
The destruction of Cormanther, the subjugation of the Dale lands, seizing Abero.
And one large pizza.
And one
a medium
pepperoni
drink.
pizza.
Side of nacho fries.
So he names basically out regions and enemies of Thay that are like countries around Thay. So
And do you think
it's
the
basic.
cultists are going to agree to that and actually be able to hand that to you?
Well, no, but they can help us in our endeavors. I mean, we don't expect any instant, but I do know that the Lord's Alliance would never agree to help us.
Jin is just
The
gonna kind of
cultists,
go ahead.
the cultists managed to stir up a flight of chromatic dragons that ravaged the land. They can manage to do something along those lines again. That would be a good opportunity for they to seize control of many of our enemies' territories. So, if they have that capability, if they have that magic, they have those abilities that we do not have, then yes, it would be beneficial for both sides. Like you guys talking to him realize this is not a nice person.
Oh,
he's very civil and polite, but he's definitely not a nice person. And for those of you who know who Thayans are, they worship like an undead king.
Well, and he's
He's the
out of
most
one side
polite
of his
version
mouth,
of
he's
what they can
saying,
be.
I don't think that they're capable of doing all of these things. And out of the other side of his mouth, he's saying, we're going to side with the cultists, even though I don't think that they can do these things, so that they can do these things.
But again, so what you're hearing is I'm just following orders. He keeps saying that my people, my superiors want me here to observe. My superiors are here so I can finalize the deal. He doesn't think that they're capable of bringing back Tiamat, which is what one of you said. He does think they may be capable to influence some dragons to attack some towns. Now, any army add a dragon to it, and woo, balance of power shifts. So if they only got like a couple of dragons out of it, Thayans might be interested. But it's not like, oh, they don't think that they can bring back Tiamat. That's not what they're agreeing to. They're agreeing to help each other against their enemies. They're forming an alliance. And it's basically two bad entities forming up together. Just this particular thing is more curious, and he is not restricted into doing what he should have done, is just fireballed you all when he saw you together. His curiosity is more like his inquisitive nature is outruling his duty, what he should do, at least temporarily. And that's pretty much what he's told you. I'm simplifying it.
All right, Jinia's just going to kind of give him some side eye and walk back into the room.
You he'll just kind of nod at you, and then he will head back the way he came. And you hear him say something along the lines like, "Sit."
So he's passing card tricks.
Mm-hmm.
Junior's just gonna go in and sit down on one of the beds and go, can we maybe run into some people who aren't zealots at some point? Just some nice, normal thugs.
Those exist?
Yeah, they do. I ran into some while I was traveling from where I live. It's really far from here. People like to think that I'm a child because I'm small, which is not untrue.
It was more of a joke, like it would be like a gift to have those types versus
Depending on your definition of a thug, this one qualifies as I pointed Astrid.
Elias pretends
The
to
one
put
that's
his fists
asleep.
up.
Why are we fighting with Astrid?
We're not
Just
fighting
depending
with
on your
Astrid.
definition of a thug, he qualifies. He was thieving and
That's rude.
Well,
Astrid though was a thug in making, though.
Yeah, but nice,
Mhm.
normal thugs, sometimes you can talk down. Zealots, you
Mhm.
can't.
you
Yeah,
can't
zealots-
have a
zealots are
you
tough.
can't have a there's no hearing the other side. There's no
The funny thing about it is like the cultists, the stats, they do have like a thing that says like some cannot be reasoned with, some of them will not turn around. Like they have advantage on being persuaded against like their beliefs. It's just some of them are really tough to like get to do what you like to manipulate.
well, most of the cultists they'll just be I could easily make them unconscious, but
That's abuse.
Not if they strike first. All right, Junior's tired.
That's-
She's freaking had it for the day. Dealing with cultists and Red Wizard and trying to figure out what everybody's thinking, and she's basically
Yeah,
gonna lay
yeah.
down on the bunk and go to sleep.
Vero's contemplating what it means to be chosen.
So just pat Vera on the shoulder. As I assume Vera has like 1,000-yard stare, just introspectively thinking. Elias just on the shoulder, just there.
Somehow hearing that you were chosen by a cult is worse than you were going to be a sacrifice. Even though, I mean, as a player now, it's like I could theoretically, if it was coming down to it, and it's like everyone's dead, what's going to stop me from killing you? Pulls off shirt.
Have you seen my tattoo, though? It's some pretty sweet ink. You should look at it.
Oh my god.
Does this work as a get out of jail free card? No.
you could be the Worm Speaker's boss.
Oh,
What? Yeah, that's a good. Is that guy considered the Worm Speaker's boss, or what is his ranking? I don't. I'm sure you explained it, but I don't quite remember what
he's
the.
supposed to be an ally, but not really an ally.
It's an
No, not the Red Wizard. The one that he said could have been the eye patch elf.
Born Grey.
Yeah.
Born Grey is like I forgot the name of their rank. It's like a step below the Worm Speakers.
Okay.
Dragon Wing?
No. It's a hold on, it's at the beginning of the book. Let me get over there.
Dragon knee, dragon toe.
Start
Stop it.
naming dragon body parts. Dragon's hand.
Dragon
Stop it.
nostril.
Oh my god.
Dragon
tooth.
D's nuts.
Hey, wow.
Aye.
Boo, boo.
Ladies and gentlemen, delirium has set in for the evening.
Probably.
There has been no break.
Oh, if you guys want to take a break, we could take a break. We're not gonna play that late. Like we might be calling it here soon. Only because I still have like stuff to do to get ready for tomorrow.
Yeah, I have to be up early to go to work. I have an hour drive.
Ew.
I know we started late, but that wasn't my
Mm.
fault. I don't remember the name of them, but
Okay, just
Wait.
I know it's a step below the Worm Speaker. Got
it
it.
is a step. Yeah, worm speakers. Like from what you guys have learned, the worm speakers at the top, like basically near the top.
And almost all of them take on the appearance of a dragon in some form too.
No. Yes, as far as you know, you've only met worm.
As far as I know, as far as we know, almost all of them do. Yeah. I'm not saying that there's a chance that there isn't. I'm just saying that's what they look like now.
Right. So he has left you. You're all sitting there a little bit uneasy, and then you kind of just collapse into your beds and go to sleep. You wake up, Roz is gone because he's decided to go off on another campaign in the world. Vero is thinking, maybe I can be a worm speaker. Oh, I'm sorry. So, what are you guys doing? Like in the evening, you just kind of go to bed in silence, don't speak to each other anymore.
I mean, we had sort
Yeah.
of had the conversation about what we'd learned before the
Right.
wizard.
And that's a lot to process.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So the next morning, I'm assuming you would all go about your business and go back to your jobs
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
and continue like normal. Okay.
Yep.
Sounds good. Basically that's what you guys are going to be doing for the next few days until you figure out what you're going to do.
Yeah. I guess the only main information we need is where stuff is going, because I don't think we got that info. So that's still open to discover is where everything's going.
Oh, yeah, you guys are trying to figure out where everything is going. All right.
Mhm.
So we're gonna do this a little bit differently because it's kind of a chance on which one of you might figure it out, learn it, or hear a conversation, depending on who's standing where. Right? So
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I would like each of you to roll an investigation check.
Oh.
All right.
Foxy, did your chat censor yourself, or did you do that on purpose?
What do you mean censor yourself?
Not you. I said
Couldn't
Foxy.
have. No, I
Censored?
replied to you.
And I got a bunch of stars.
That's because you
It's
have.
because your settings.
You're censored.
I don't know how
So if
to
you
fix
click on
that.
it, it'll go, was this hidden correctly? And you're like, no, and then it'll uncover it.
You're like, no, I want all of the foul language.
All right.
Okay, now it does.
So this is what's gonna happen. Vero. One of the
Mhm.
days you're working, okay? Olga's gonna come up to you and she's like, come here.
Ah.
I will set down what I'm doing and I'll start to head towards her.
All right, take off your clothes. No.
She grabs him by his ear. Get over here.
Oh,
No, I just because you were saying that everybody's into you, I had to do that. All right,
yeah.
no. So she's gonna basically take you into where the library, and
Mhm.
she has selected a pile of books. The pile of books is to be packed up with great care and taken down to the mess hall, the staging area in the mess hall. You think you can handle it?
Yes, no
I'm
problem.
the
Okay.
chosen one. Of course I can.
Are you gonna start telling people that because that would be bad?
No, absolutely not.
It's like
I'd say that. It's like, what do you mean? Yeah, you chose me for this job.
Okay, fair. Alright. So you're going to take the boxes. You're going to pack up the boxes and take them downstairs. While this is happening, Ginia, you're
Yeah.
visited by Snapjaw.
Oh, good.
And he kind of like look around. He's like, "What's happening? It's been days."
We are trying to learn as much as we can so that we can be effective when we finally decide to make a move.
My people are losing faith in yous.
Well, then I feel like that's a problem you need to handle.
They need to see some action.
If we do that, then we'll lose our position that's enabling us to learn the information that we need in order to effectively move ahead.
What is this information that you seek?
The information that we asked you earlier that you were unable to give us. How many people there are, how effective they are at fighting, how many would be willing to fight and die in order to secure their position. All of these things we asked you, but you were unable to give us that information, so we're finding it out for ourselves. My advice to you is to be patient.
The bullywogs bully my people. I guess it's in their name. But our patience is wearing thin.
You can either trust that we're going to do what needs to be done in order for this to go off with the least loss of life for you and for us, or you can totally lose faith and lose any chance you have of us being able to help you at all.
We've placed much faith in you, Elf. You and your friends. My people still subjugated. You have until the full moon.
How long is that?
I was just looking at the calendar to find out.
Do I look like a person that does astrology,
He gave you
sir?
He gave you like 2 weeks.
Well, we'll
Maybe
either
he
be in the
doesn't.
middle of a
He
battle or we
misunderstood.
will be yeeted right the hell out of here and not have to worry about it, so...
Yeah, it's like 2 weeks. Because the full moon would be on the 30th. No, wait. Oh. I take that back.
Not 2 weeks. You have until tomorrow.
Tomorrow night!
Oh, it's almost 2.5 weeks.
Maybe he thinks the full moon's coming sooner. That's.
Well, no, because the full moon is supposed to be on the 1st. Like, the full moon in the calendar is usually on the 1st of the month. That's just how the calendar's set up. So that's why the holidays are off-centered. So the full moon's always at the 1st of the month. But it's the end of the week. So he gave you 2 more weeks.
Gotcha.
So, but I probably should have been like the new moon, not the full moon.
However, he said full moon, so that's what we're going with.
I can fix that. Hold on.
No. No.
No.
No.
No.
God damn it.
If he and
'Cause
his
that would've
people
been
want this thing to
a
go
week.
off with the least loss of life for them, then they will allow us to gather the information that we need in order to go up against the cultists in the most effective manner. And his people can be patient. And if they
They're gonna
can't, it
give
is
you-
their loss.
They're gonna give you a week, and then they're probably gonna drop, like, basically just write you out.
I mean, we have a heads up as to the fact that they're going to rat us out, so good luck and God bless to them. Because Ginya's had it. She's about on her villain arc.
Oh, cool.
Everyone's being mean. This place sucks.
Like, I have
I
fucking
hate it
had
here.
it with zealots and lizardmen and bullywogs, and I'm just gonna go like full Red Queen.
Oh, there you go.
Start throwing fireballs everywhere.
I mean, I could go full vermouth if you would like me to.
As of no, it's up to you. Anyway, um, as he'll like basically tell you, new moon. I meant to say new moon and I said full, so gotta fix it. So it's about a week. Before that, the lizard men will lose interest, and they won't. At that point, they're not going to be easily convinced to like side with you. Um, as he leaves, he'll point at the statue and he says, "Did you find it yet?"
Yeah, I did. Is there anything I need to know about it?
Don't cut yourself. The poison is very lethal.
I figured as much. Thank you.
And with that, he'll kind of go out the door. He'll look, and then he'll head out. Um, about now, Vero will come out with his crate and head into the hall. In the hall, they're doing the same thing. They're packing up crates and stacking them. And Stannis will actually come in while you're standing there, Vero. He says, no time for that. All of you, grab some crates this way.
Is that to us or where?
Everybody who's standing there.
Okay. Yes, I guess I'll start following with my
right.
box.
All right, so you'll get into this area. You all see the map, right?
I'm on my map up in my.
Okay, we'll go to the level 1 map.
I don't
So
have
the state. We'll put it back up. Should be in your shared map, so you should be able to get to it.
that. I don't
You can't click on it though. You have to go look for it. Or I can move your token back onto the map.
That works.
Where are you? Okay, you're there. All right, so you guys are standing here. Stannis will come in and he's like, "No time for that. We'll need your all hands. Everybody grab a crate, okay?" And they're gonna lead you to over
Okay.
here. And they come over here. Some of the guards will stand. Where are you going?
Well, I
Here,
didn't see
right
there.
there.
Okay.
The guards will stop you there. Stannis will step forward. There's a section of the wall under this staircase. Oop, not there. Hold on, I clicked in the wrong spot. Right there, underneath the staircase, is a section of wall. He'll walk over to it. They keep you back over here, Lydia. They don't let you pass.
Okay.
Okay, because you're with the guards. But you guys are holding on to crates. Some of you holding on, you're double holding on 2 people per crate. What is it? Team lifting.
Mhm.
And Stannis will walk over to the door. He'll basically push on a section of the wall, and the wall will open. Out of beneath the out from the staircase, below the staircase, a bunch of men will come up and start grabbing the crates from you and passing them in, forming a chain so that they can go down the stairs with them. And at that point, Stannis will, once all the crates are handed in, he says, "All right, you all get back to work," and he'll close the door way.
Okay.
Interesting. I'll head back up to where I was working then.
Alrighty. You're back over there.
Cool.
The rest of the day goes pretty much without incident, but Songbird, Vero, you can see that there is a priority to get shipments done right now. They're more focusing on getting shipments out the door than as far as receiving. They would like both to happen, but they're trying to focus more on the shipments. The rest of the day goes as you guys have expected: training, serving, praying, and then you all come back to the dinner once again. And even during dinner, they're doing a little bit extra work. You can watch people like walk to the northern area with crates and then disappear like they're going upstairs. Like, so they basically go through here. They go from here, where the crates are staged, through this doorway, through here, and then out this door. It's kind of where you lose track of them until you guys go to your rooms. At that point, nobody's really moving anything around. You convene back in your room another night.
I would. Are they still working out there right now?
No, it's very quiet.
Then I'll just sign to Jinya that there is a door under the stairwell out there that they were putting boxes in.
And he's
More
gonna
boxes than probably have room under the stairs for, so there's probably something there.
It's probably a tunnel.
You saw the staircase leading down.
Oh, there's okay, so yeah, there's
Yeah,
a
you
staircase that goes
absolutely
down.
saw the staircase leading down.
Whether it's a tunnel or a basement, I don't know.
And the amount of people that filed out of that room, there was no way they were just hiding underneath the staircase.
Okay.
They've got a clown car down there.
Yes. No, it was a group of them. So you signed that to Ginia.
Still doesn't tell us where it's all going, but we now know where it's going inside the building.
So I'm just gonna sign back to Vero. Okay, so we know where it's going in the building. Do we know if it's guarded by more than just the guard drakes? And would we be able to get past the guard drakes in order to see if there's some indication of where it's going from where it's going in the building?
I couldn't see down the stairs, so I have no idea if there's any guards and or guard drakes down there. And there's always been one guard drake outside the room somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So
Is it the guard drake that we were introduced to?
that I don't know. They all look the same to me. That sounds terrible, but you know, they're all big, giant lizard dogs.
That was more a question for the DM.
Oh, you haven't ever seen them, so you wouldn't know. Like you haven't seen them patrolling, so you don't know which one is out in that corridor because you haven't gone to look at it. And again, he's kind of right. They kind of all look the same. I think Roz would be able to pick them apart, like be like, "Oh, that's one or two or three," because he's interacted with them the most. Also, you have been told they patrol, so they don't stand in one place.
Well, I guess we're gonna try to sneak past the guard drake to see where the staircase leads.
Um, you don't have to sneak past it. It doesn't patrol that room. Patrols the room before it.
Okay, so there you go. We don't have to.
Well, I
don't have
guess
to
we're
sneak
just
past
gonna
that. We just
walk. I
Yeah.
guess we're just gonna saunter over there then. Mosey.
Yeah. So
Oh,
you guys know the guard drake's like path in this area. They do that at night. They do that area and they walk some of the other rooms, but they don't come in here. As far as you know, and you haven't seen one. That's why I said you guys never really see it from your room because it's always out here somewhere. You hear it, you just never see it. Plus, they don't want to have an accidental cultist coming down the stairs and get eaten. That would
that's
probably be
right.
bad. I mean, it has happened before. All right. So you're gonna wander over there and do what?
I mean, the only
Shouldn't you?
thing we don't know is if there's anyone like down at the base of the stairs or anything, watching.
The only way we were going to find out where this treasure is going is by going down the staircase and down whatever hallway or into whatever room.
Yeah, and we could try that and then see where it goes.
All right, putting you all in the room together. All right. So what is the plan again? I'm sorry. Just so I understand.
Seeing what's down the stairs at the moment is what's been discussed or brought up,
Alright.
is going to go see what's.
So you just want to go down underneath the staircase. Who's going?
Well, we run into the whole dilemma of the last time we went under the staircase to a secret tunnel. Does everyone go? So if it goes wrong, we're already all there, or
Do we risk sending one or two people down and hope that they can make it back up?
Yep.
I say we all go together. Ride together, die together.
I mean that's an option.
I am not against that option.
All right. So as a group, you start gathering up your stuff and walking, getting ready to go down into the basement.
Yeah, seems that way.
Sounds like a plan. So we're definitely going to stop right there
That's not ominous.
then. Well, we don't know what's going to happen in the basement. Are you taking Astrid too?
Yeah, everyone's going.
Yeah, everybody's going.
All right. So it is nighttime. Are you waiting for a certain time? Because, like, you guys just kind of went to bed. It's not that late. Or are you going to wait till later?
little
Or are
bit.
you going to.
I would say a little bit later, probably. So there's less of a chance of noises being noticed.
Mhm.
Like midnight?
Sure.
Sure,
Yeah.
sounds good.
Okay. All right. So we're going to pick up midnight on day 8. Sounds fantastic. And you guys
Maybe we'll
are
find a shipping label and we'll be able to just bolt.
There we go.
shipping label.
I
That's
mean,
what
we can
you're
all
looking
hope for that.
Fantastic. Okay, cool. All right, so that's where we're going to pick up now. We won't be playing next week. We'll be playing the week after. So you got 2 weeks, and then we're going to go through this amazing sneak around mission. You know what it reminds me of? Remember Bruce Lee Enter the Dragon when he climbs into the elevator shaft and he's sneaking around. He ends up beating up all the guards and they capture him. That's
Sure
what it
don't.
reminds me of. You never saw Enter the Dragon?
I was gonna say that also
No.
that's almost a similar. The way you describe it could also describe Die Hard.
True.
Well,
I haven't
yeah,
seen
but
either of those movies.
Enter the Dragon was long before Die Hard, though. But yes,
Thorn,
he's
did you
sneaking
just
around.
say you hadn't seen either of those movies?
It makes
You
me
would be
so
correct.
sad.
Well, I
So
guess our
sad.
next movie night's gonna have to be Die Hard.
It's the
It is
greatest
Christmas
Christmas movie ever.
It is
I
indeed, and it
refuse
is
to
almost
accept
the
that as a
season.
Christmas movie.
You haven't
It
even
is.
seen
Hmm?
it, so how can you can't have a vote?
It just because a movie takes place during Christmas does not mean that it is a Christmas movie.
It is a Christmas movie.
No,
It is a
no,
It
it's
Christmas
not.
does as a
movie.
Christmas
It
movie.
is.
He performs a Christmas
Elf-
miracle.
Elf is a
Yeah,
Christmas
that is a
movie.
fact.
Die Hard is not a
Miracles.
Christmas movie. It is an action movie that takes place during Christmas.
So, would you consider Home Alone a Christmas movie?
No,
Okay.
because it's not about the holiday. The holiday happens to be going on. Because the second one isn't at a holiday.
Yes, it is.
It
Is
is
it?
Christmas again. They're
Oh,
all
is
at
it?
Christmas.
Okay. Well, I've only seen Home Alone 2 one time, so I just know that
No,
he
the
gets
first
lost
one
in New
is
York.
better. First one is better. You watch the first one.
Eh.
I mean, you're
So-
talking
I've
to the
seen
person who
both.
hasn't ever seen Die Hard and telling them they need to
I
watch
know.
Home Alone. No, Die
I've
Hard
seen
comes
Home Alone.
first.
You haven't seen the movies, so you have no right to say whether they're Christmas movies or not.
Well, I mean, his
It's an
logic
action
at
movie.
least. His logic at least is
I don't like his logic.
across
mean,
the
not
board.
like it.
To be
It's
fair,
right.
though, his
Can't
logic
fault
is
it.
sound if he's saying that he doesn't consider Home Alone a Christmas movie and
Yeah,
also
that's
is
why I
not
had to ask.
considering Die Hard a Christmas movie. However, that doesn't mean that his logic is correct. It's just sound.
That's your opinion. You're entitled to be wrong.
Yeah, if you remove
Oh my
the
God.
holiday from the plot, they mostly stay the same, then it's not a Christmas movie.
All right. So I gotta go finish packing and doing all the stuff that I need to go finish doing before I leave. Because I wait till the last minute.
No.
I will be back in New York again. Well, I'll be back in Connecticut next Wednesday. But I'm getting back late, and then Thursday I have to run back to the city to go get something. So we should be playing Thursday. I'm not sure. I think Thursday because that Thursday is Vecna, and I don't know I don't know how Vecna is gonna play out right now. So we'll see. But I should be back to normal. Actually, I should be better than normal because the computer's built. It's just a matter of transferring everything over there and testing it. But I ain't gonna be doing that this week. So when I get back, it's just gonna be constant for a while. Hopefully, everything seems to be working great with it. I was laughing because I had it on the other day and I was like going through and checking some stuff and downloading stuff, and I looked at my CPU and it was at 0. And I was doing stuff and it was at 0, and I was like, that's so much better
It's a
than it's been. So
You lost
I was
your
re-
CPU? No, it died.
I
No,
was
like-
so happy that it was working the way it was working. So yeah, so that's really about it. But I'll be gone for like a week, so I'll be on Discord posting stuff. Maybe I'll post pictures of my trip. We'll see. Oh, I know it's going to be hot. I got a weather announcement today, and it was like 84 degrees. I was like, "Fuck you!" It's twice the temperature that it is here right now. It's 41 degrees here now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this sucks. Anyway, so, but it should be fun.
For me, it's supposed to be in the low 70s, and then into the 60s till next week.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
about tomorrow when I land. It's supposed to be 84 degrees. I was like, really?
Sucks to be you, nerd.
Yeah. I know I'm leaving in 40-degree weather, going to 80-degree weather. Most people would be happy about that. I'm not.
It'll be 81.
It said 84.
Yeah, but we've been having a cold front roll through here, so it dropped the temperature a little bit.
To 84? That's a fucking cold front?
To
80.
81.
All right, ladies and
not
gentlemen.
a
So
good
we're
front,
going to do an outro and then we're going to raid out. I'm Foxy Project. I am a variety streamer here on Twitch and also on YouTube. I mostly play survival crafting. Who are we kidding? I mostly play 7 Days to Die or D&D. So you can usually find me starting at 8 p.m. Eastern time. My schedule's a little bit off. If you join the Discord, you pretty much get a heads up as to if I am or am not streaming, but I do try to stream at least 4 times a week.
Yay.
Yay!
And we are going to go raid Hidden Treaty, who are playing Dungeons and Dragons. Don't know anything about them, but hey, it could be good. And the stream title is D&D time, baby. One way or another, it ends tonight, which sounds like a lot of fun. So let's go over there and raid. I hope everybody has a
Finale.
great night. And a great
night,
day
everyone.
tomorrow. And a great rest of your week. And we're waiting for the whole raid thing to get started. Because, you know, there's always that that lag time between hitting raid now and actually getting to raid.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Oh, well. And apparently... they may have gone off the air in the time that we were talking, so that's awesome.
That's wild.
It happens.
God.
How dare they? It ended.
It ended. They were right.
And they were indeed correct. All right,
Now I'm
we'll
curious to know
go...
how it ended.
Right? Well, one way or another is how it ended.
with power outage.
All right, and apparently my dashboard thing is broken. So we're just going to end it, and I hope everybody has a good night.
All right.